Hello and welcome to day 8 of Dakar Daily. Now, after a rest day yesterday, we are racing again as the crews make their way from La Paz to here in Uyuni, where Alex and myself are stood in front of the world's biggest salt lake, and it really is absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Did you know there is enough lithium underneath this salt lake to power all of the mobile phones in the world for a century?
I didn't know that. You never fail to amaze me, Alex. Now, here's all the best action from today's stage. Stage 7, La Paz to Uyuni, a maximum altitude of 4,500 metres today, 726 kilometres in total, 368 of which are special for the trucks, 425 kilometres of special stage for all other categories. In the bikes, the president of Bolivia, Evo Morales, on site to see the category away, and in incredibly muddy conditions, Joan Barreda on the Honda was the man making his move, leading from the early stages of the test to win the stage by nearly 3 minutes from Adrian van Beveren on the Yamaha. He continues to lead the class though by 3 minutes 14 seconds ahead of Kevin Benavides, who ended today's stage 8 minutes down. Despite a couple of falls, Toby Price flew through the latter part of the stage to finish 4th and move into 5th place overall, 13.5 minutes off the overall lead. Massive news in the cars today. We said anything can happen, and it has. Mr. Dakar and leader of the car, Stefan Petterhansel, was flying through the stage before sustaining considerable damage to the left rear of his Peugeot 3008 Dakar Maxi and has dropped well out of contention. Teammate Cyril Desprez stopped to help Petterhansel in the stage with both parts and manpower, the team working to replace much of the rear left suspension. But it now looks like Peugeot's hopes for a 2018 Dakar win lie solely with Carlos Sainz. And he stepped up to the plate today, winning the stage and taking the overall lead of the rally.
No, the car seems to be in a good shape. The usual checks and hopefully nothing is wrong.
Tell me about today's stage.
Yeah, the stage was a little bit of beginning difficult, off-piste, camel grass, some small dunes, sun. But luckily it was raining, so the sun was a little bit wet. And then after 150, 180 or something like that, then it was more road, and it was okay.
Next came the Toyotas of Janil de Villiers and Nasser Al-Attiyah. A good showing from both, but not able to match the pace of the turbocharged Peugeot. Sainz now leads the class from Al-Attiyah by 1 hour and 11 minutes. Here are the results for the bike and car categories from today's stage. And here are the current overall standings. Head to redbull.com/Dakar for full results and much more.
What a day, absolutely full to the brim of action, and what a drama for Stefan Petterhansel. That has completely blown the cars wide open. Now, one of the categories that we haven't seen much of are the trucks, and Mike yesterday spent some time getting under the skin for a technical tour of the KAMAZ 2018 truck.
Now, one category that everybody loves in the Dakar Rally are the trucks, and KAMAZ is a household name here. They have won the event 14 times, but these trucks are no normal vehicles. As you can see, in the back they have storage areas where the crews can take extra parts to repair the truck out on the stage if they have any problems. If you just see here, that's a 1,000-litre fuel tank, a 1,000-litre fuel tank, and that feeds a 13-litre engine. Now, if you look right up here, it's a twin turbocharged setup, and the air filters are set right up high so that they suck in as little dust as possible. That air is sucked down through here into a turbocharger, which, as I said, feeds a 13-litre engine, which, as you can see here, is producing nearly 1,000 brake horsepower. Now these trucks, when they head out to the stage, weigh just over 10 tons. It's quite incredible, and for that you need one hell of a suspension setup. And you can see here, and this is on all four corners, it's a double Riger strut system. And if you just look down here, you can see the size of one of the leaf springs that's used. It's also a hydraulically controlled anti-roll bar which runs from one side of the truck to the other. It's hydraulically controlled to adjust the amount of roll that the truck allows going through a stage, and that's all done from inside the cab. I absolutely love the brake setup on these trucks. It's a pneumatic system, and it's a drum system. So the drum slides over here. You have 8 pads that are pneumatically controlled from inside the cab. Now, these will last for about 3 stages before all the pads have to be changed, and it's the same on every single corner. Take a look at the size of one of the tyres that runs on one of these Kamaz trucks. To give you an idea, I'm 6 foot tall. It weighs about 150 kilos, and the pressure is between 2 and 6 bar depending on the surface that the truck is running on. If it's really, really soft sand, from inside the cab, the driver can reduce the pressure down to around 2 bar. Now they can also re-inflate the tyre from inside the cab to about 6 bar when they're on really hard surface to reduce the friction and be able to travel at much higher speeds over the ground. So there you go, a quick look around a Kamaz Dakar truck. There is absolutely nothing normal about these incredible racing machines.
Now down here with Team Orlen, with Poland's national hero, one of our Red Bull athletes, Kuba Przygonski. This year is turning out to be a very good year for you, isn't it? Last year you were P6, P7 in the overall rankings, but currently sitting in P6. You must feel fairly confident.
Yeah, we are in the middle of the Dakar, and Dakar is always hard race, but now the position is really good. We had quite good year before, and we finished second in World Cup, and we are prepared to fight, and we'll see how the next will end up in the Dakar race. Drifting is quite new discipline in motorsport, and not all the rally drivers likes it because it's new, but I enjoy it because it's really technical. We go really fast with the corners, with perfectly controlling the car, and we can go with 150 kilometers per hour and hit the wall with 1 centimeter, and it's really nice. I did 6 times Dakar on the motorbike, and then I had a lot of experience from the bike categories. The story ended with the bikes after 18 years of racing on the bike, and now we started with the cars. I don't use so much balance, then it's easier, 4 wheels, and I enjoy.
And how much would it mean to you to beat your result from last year?
Yeah, it's the main goal, to beat the result from last year, to be better than 7th place. And we'll see how it will end, because really I think the next week will be hard.
Now, there's been a lot of talk this year about the difference between the 2-wheel drive and the 4-wheel drives in the car category, and in particular Nasser Al-Attiyah's performance in the 4-wheel drive Toyota. But Nasser hasn't had it all his own way. Let's go back to stage 5 when the gearbox let go. Now, he was coming down through a dune, he got stuck, selected reverse gear, went backwards, and then went to find first when the gearbox let go. Turned out he only had 2nd gear for the next 30 kilometres, far from ideal when you're in the dunes. Not only that, he's having to protect the engine. Now, the rev line on one of these V8 Toyotas is around 7,000 RPM, but you can't do 30 Ks screaming at 7,000 RPM, so Nasser wasn't really revving it much past 4.5, 5,000 RPM. Now, he met the team at the assistance point, where incredibly they were able to change the gearbox in just 28 minutes. For people at home who don't know, to change a gearbox in a normal car, you'd be lucky to do it in a day, so how...
Beside the street.
Yeah, exactly, in the middle of the desert. So how do you, and how's the Toyota designed in such a way that you can do a gearbox in 30 minutes?
Yeah, I think the design of this car, Toyota is really simple, The team is study a lot, you know, to change the gearbox even less than 30 minutes. But because we don't have all the spanner, you know, to change it. But okay, in 30 minutes it was fantastic, you know, and every part maximum between 20 to 30 minutes. Even the drive shaft in 5 minutes, you know. But it's really good, good build car, you know, because it's very simple for mechanic to work every day.
What a crazy, crazy day. So now Carlos Sainz is in the lead. Poor old Peter Hansel, he's had such a bad day. We will give you more of an update on him tomorrow as we now go into the marathon stage.
Yeah, Stefan has had a proper shocker today, and we've been saying it throughout the whole event. Anything can happen on the Dakar Rally. Now, the Toyotas were struggling, but remember, we've been at an altitude of 4,700 meters, so it's not just the human body that's struggling, the engines are struggling as well. There's a massive decrease in power there, and as we start to go down, the Toyotas will start to come into their own. It's still wide open in the car category. Now, make sure you join Alex and myself tomorrow as we head to Tupiza, and you can follow all the action using the hashtags Rally Dakar and Red Bull Motorsports. Until tomorrow, from Alex and myself, goodbye.